will this momentum continue with stocks? Market analyst Dave Maney joins us right now. Dave, we were watching this return in the market and going over 19,000, and I'm wondering how long it continues. If it's just this, we expect great things of Donald Trump, and maybe they sell on the reality, sell on the fact. As smart guys like you remind me, what's going to happen? Play it out.
Awful lot of cross currents here, in my opinion, Neil. Awful lot of cross currents. On the one hand, there's the overall sense that once again, it's kind of good to be a capitalist and good to be, find a way to build something and you can get credit and get paid for building something, which I think was something that was very much absent before. On the other hand, it seems to me that big corporations were the ones who were most able to successfully navigate the regulatory state, the one that President Obama had built. And so if President Trump does what he says he's going to do, which is in effect try to tilt the field back toward the little guy, that would seem to me to be less favorable to large companies and major corporate interests. And by the way, the only sense I get is that there's not going to be a whole lot of spending restraint in a Trump administration, which seems to me to send signals to interest rate markets, which seems to me to send some negative signals to the stock markets. So it's a mixed bag. Yeah,
it's interesting. I mean, people who like to keep political score with this sort of stuff forget the fact that what run-up is happening now is happening in an Obama administration. And this isn't to cast at Republican or Democratic rallies, but this president will leave office with a market that's had a heady advance from when he first stepped in. On the case of the Dow, gosh, almost tripling. So it is from that level that a President Trump would come in having to better that.
Yeah, and look, I think some of what was going on there, right, you were having this existential financial crisis circa 2009, and clearly, there was a good hand in kind of keeping us from going off into a deep, deep ditch. And then you had this, remarkable sort of printing press operation that drove interest rates to zero. That meant there were no returns to be had anywhere for any kind of debt holders, which led people to say, I've got to be in equities. And so the only fear that I have is that we've pumped a lot of air into this balloon and hope that it doesn't all come popping out at once.
Do you real quickly think tax cuts should be first and foremost in that 100 days? There are signs that tax cuts, at least even the individual ones, could be delayed. I think, and nickel and dime advice though it may be, that would be a mistake. You only get a chance like this, in the beginning days of administration. To lose that opportunity, you might have lost it all.
Yeah, look, I think the one thing he's got to do is decide what it is that really would be the three best things that would make America great again, right? Because he has in effect promised not only several specifics but a whole lot of generalities. And to your point, Neil, you can't make them all happen. So as the croupier would say, place your bets, folks, place your bets, and you can't bet on every square.
This is what makes you so darn good. Thank you very, very much. The gambling reference is always apropos.